I have to be creating because if not, I quite literally will fall into a depression. What's up, y'all? My name is Octavia the Great, and I make music for the mystics and the truth seekers. And I'm going to play you a little bit of my project that pulled me out of my depressed state after not creating music for a space of like 2 to 3 weeks, which is a very short time period, right, for some people. But for me to go days trying to keep myself on a schedule, trying to go according to a certain structure, and not having that space for a creative outlet, it literally pulls me into a depression, and very quickly. So I'm going to play you the song that pulled me out of that depression. This is Peaceful by Myself. This is on my newest project. It's not available on streaming. It's actually for sale on my website. You can find that link in my bio. But if you are feeling anxious, depressed, need to pick me up, DM me and I'll send it to you for free. I'd rather be peaceful by myself than with somebody that just work my nerves. I'd rather be focused on my health than with somebody that just bring me hurt. I'd rather be an avalanche coming down the slope. You didn't have a chance to clear. Pause real quick. I just decided I want to do a lyric breakdown because this song is so special to me. I love the lyrics. I love the pictures that I was so intentional about painting. And so the first line, it says, I'd rather be an avalanche coming down the slope. You didn't have a chance to clear the smoke. When they can't see the dream, they just don't understand. To me, when I was writing this, I was in the space, I was creating this picture of what looks like chaos to you might be somebody else's awakening. And I think if more people understood that, there'll be a lot more support for the people who are allowing themselves to be awakened in this time. But also the chaos and the disturbance and the judgment and the condemnation and all the noise from the outside a lot of times allows you to focus a lot more clearly, even when things are cloudy and smoky and you really can't see yourself putting one foot in front of the next, right? That's that depressed state when you feel stuck, when you just don't understand like what the fuck the next step is, right? So I'm writing from that state. I'm writing from that space of just feeling this emotional block, just having this pile of rubble, right? And you just you want to figure out how the fuck to timeline jump. You want to figure out how to be greater than your environment, right? And to me, it looked like a picture of standing at the bottom of a slope, and there's an avalanche coming, and the only thing you can do is be still within yourself. You have no idea what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to make it to the other side. You don't know. And the not knowing, some people run away from, and then some people be still within. So it's the fight or flight response, right? And then you have the mystics and the truth seekers who don't choose fight or flight, who choose to be still within. So, yeah, I'm going to keep playing it. The smoke, when they can't see the dream, they just don't understand. I broke the bands, it rippled through my blood and hit my mom and dad. Pause right there, right? I said, I broke the bands, right? The tradition, the religion, the things that were passed down, that didn't necessarily have anything to do with anything I did, anything I said. It's just what I chose to break, right? The curses that I chose to break with my existence of being here on earth, right? Everybody chose to come and do an assignment. And for some people, their assignment was to keep the band, protect yourself. Don't share. Don't tell people what you've done, how you've lived. Like, don't do what sets you free. Do what keeps you safe. And I came here with an opposite mission. I didn't come here for safety. I didn't come to hide myself, to shield myself from shame or blame or guilt, which is why, it's so easy for people to target and accuse me, right? Because I came here for that experience. I came here for the experience to know myself so that your opinions at some point would just pass through me like a cloud, right? But the only way I could get there is if I had to be blamed. I had to be accused. I had to be shamed. I had to be condemned. And it had to be by people really close to me, right? So that sentence, I broke the band. It rippled through my blood and hit my mom and dad. A soldier stance. I fought the type of war you couldn't come prepared, right? And so, like, as our parents are teaching us and raising us, there are some things that they can't even begin to prepare us for, right? And as I step into my reality and I claim who I am and I stand firm in that, in the knowing that this is what I came to do, right? Everything that's happening, all the people that I'm encountering, they're not villains, they're teachers, right? They're teaching me. They're here to teach me and to show me and to guide me, whether they're guiding me away from being like them or they're guiding me into being like me. It's the same thing. So that line, I broke the bands. It talks about like a band, a bond, an agreement, a contract. Some of us have a lot of emotional agreements with people that are keeping us stuck in the past. And we need to break those agreements. We need to break those emotional contracts that we have with people because they're keeping us in a loop, in a predictable future. And when you want to manifest something different, the first thing you got to do is start disagreeing with what's already happening. Stance. I fought the type of war you couldn't come prepared. I'd rather be the contraband, the shit you really need, but they won't let you have. I had to smuggle joy, I had to fake a laugh. Pause right there. I really love that bar. That's probably my favorite bar that I've ever written, where it says, I'd rather be the contraband, the shit you really need, but they won't let you have. I had to smuggle joy, I had to fake a laugh. I think that hits me so dear because I don't know. It's just a fucking dope ass bar, bro. I just fucking love that bar, bro. I'd rather be the contraband, the shit you really need, but they won't let you have. I had to smuggle joy. I had to fake a laugh. Like, just the idea of having to smuggle joy, right? Having to fake a laugh, having to, like, all these things that are really your natural state of being, having to consider it contraband because the entire world says, no, your natural state of being is you're supposed to be sad. You're supposed to be this. You're supposed to be that. You're supposed to, like, want to have high vibes only. You're not supposed to want to experience the lows. Like, all the things that go against what is usual, what is normal, what is predictable, that's all contraband. But when you are a mystic and a truth seeker, that's actually your normal state of being. I love that bar. Set the flames inside my sacred lab, but this ain't Breaking Bad. Climbing down my spine just like it's Jacob's ladder. Get out of my head. Climbing down my spine just like it's Jacob's ladder. Get out of my head, right? I don't even know if I really need to explain that. I want to explain everything. So if you made it this far, almost 10 minutes into this video, you're really a person who appreciates lyrics. And not only that, you appreciate my lyrics. So I just want to take this time to appreciate you back. Thank you so much for listening to my music with me. Yeah. And I'm going to let this play out. Sing the type of song that please the Lord. I'm just like David then. Use my art just like an ark. Survive the flood and float on troubled waters. Guess I hang with knowing them. Change the flow on them mid-stride. I was born, my granddaddy said, look at her eyes. Mama said, what color? Should've asked what shape, what perception they make. I'm on the verge of... Y'all, it is so much, like, this is... Maybe it's just me because I wrote it, but this is so loaded. Like, these, I want to play it through for y'all. And I'm going to do a part 2 to this video. So if you're really appreciating this, you'll appreciate a part 2. But the part where I said, I was born, my granddaddy said, look at her eyes. Mama said, what color? Should have asked what shape. Man, that is so loaded. Like how, like the different ways that generations see certain things. And like you get to see and understand.